We're here at the British Motor Museum for the latest GreenFleet Roundtable, and I'm joined by Tom Rowlands and Matthew Waller from Fleetcor. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
We've had a very interesting discussion today, lots of topics covered. Tom, why don't you tell me a little bit more about Fleetcor and why this event is valuable for you?
Yeah. So I'm the Global MD of EV Solutions for Fleetcor, and here in the UK we operate our business Allstar. So Allstar has been serving fleets for the last 30, 40 years in fuel, and obviously we're transitioning a lot of those fleets over to EV solutions. So we're starting to build out EV solutions across 3 pillars, and we've been here today talking to a lot of the fleets about that solution. So we have pillar 1, which is our on-the-road solution, so RFID cards that are kind of a hybrid fuel and electric card to allow fleets to both fuel up at fuel stations but also start to charge at charge point operators by tapping their RFID card or leveraging the app to find the station and then pay for it. The second pillar of our product is home charging, and we've been talking to a lot of the fleets here about the importance of that in enabling their fleets to charge at home. So we have the Allstar Home Charge solution, which is powered by our partner Mina, and that allows fleet drivers to go home, charge up, and we're able to then pay the utility company directly for the charging that they've done that relates to business. That means there's no bill shock for that driver, and they're never out of pocket. And that also allows the fleet manager to see all of the on-the-road charging and the home charging. That really leaves just the workplace charging, and we're starting to develop some solutions around being able to identify charging at work as well, capture that information, and then tie it all together with the home charging and the on-road charging, and then display that in our UCX portals for fleet managers alongside their fuel data, so that they can see everything in one place and manage their mixed fleets, which again, from the conversations today, we know are going to be important for a long period of time.
Great. So wherever you charge, be it at home, workplace, or on the road, Allstar has a solution for that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Great. Okay. And what would you, from the discussions today, what are the key insights that you have?
I think the most interesting thing for me was just hearing the breadth of experience of the different fleets around the table. Some people really at the very beginnings of their journey, some people all the way through, and also a bit of the validation of the products that we're starting to take to market, with a lot of people heavily reliant on the road network, but others very reliant on home charging and also workplace charging. So I think the really interesting thing was that no EV driver is born the same. Some people leverage a huge amount of on-road charging and do a lot of miles, whereas other people are able to effectively charge all the time at home. So I think it's a really interesting and complex ecosystem, and it's an interesting challenge for us to help navigate with the fleets.
And make it as simple as possible.
Trying to make it as simple as possible.
Matthew?
And to add to that, I think the key determinant that we've had in terms of the success of different fleets along their EV transition has been their access and usage of data and insights and business intelligence. I think understanding where and how you can make the transition across a fleet has been really crucially important, and just understanding the behaviours, the day-to-day activities of drivers has been really key. We've had a big focus on data and connectivity internally, which has meant we've gone from a very supply-side data approach, working with our fueling networks, to being quite demand-side driven, accessing data from vehicles and using that to help enhance our products. And so we've definitely made a lot of strides in that area, but even really simple data points like the mileage that a vehicle's doing in a day, the routes and the locations that it's visiting, the dwell time, can all be really big factors in whether or not transitioning a certain driver or a certain vehicle to an electric vehicle is going to be successful or not, and whether or not that can fit existing behaviour patterns. And we certainly learned a lot from the fleets today about the changes they've had to make in terms of their scheduling and their hours in order to accommodate that EV transition and actually make it a success, and that was really insightful.
And I think just to add to that, one of the participants mentioned that they got data scientists to look at their data, and actually it turned out that 99% of their routes could go to EV. So people often are worried about EV, but when you actually look at the data, it's all a lot more possible than people think, in terms of you don't do as many miles as you think, and you can actually make the transition. So I think it's quite an interesting data point as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to see Fleetcor developing this range of solutions to really help get under the skin of some of these specific challenges that fleets have, using data and insight at the heart of that. Oh, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Tom and Matt. Thank you very much for joining GreenFleet today.
Yeah, thank you for the event.